Hello folks, welcome to GingerLion's modded Minecraft Let's Play. I'm up to episode 25, and I wanted to show you the progress that I made in the last episode. Last episode, if you recall, I was going through the process of purifying and centrifuging my uranium. As you see, I've put in some overclockers and some energy storage upgrades, and this thing is cooking. And so I took just a moment to build myself a canning machine, which is an awfully simple recipe. The canning machine, I don't even remember which one I used. Not that one, this one. The canning machine's tin item casings, the basic machine casing, the electronic circuit. I didn't have to teach my system anything. I went ahead and put it in here, and basically all I told this was to put in enriched uranium, nuclear fuel, and fuel rods, but I set it in a new mode. I set it to move single items / craft. The reason for that is this. The uranium fuel, enriched uranium nuclear fuel, has a recipe that involves combining the uranium and the tiny piles of uranium, 238 and 235, that we're getting out of the centrifuge. And so, what I really wanted was, you'll notice that there's a recipe here that's making enriched uranium nuclear fuel, and it's waiting for tiny piles of uranium. As soon as it gets them, it goes ahead and makes the necessary fuel, and it's also making fuel rods out of here, which are made with tin plates, which is why iron plates, which is why this is occasionally operating to make iron plates. You'll notice that this machine needs energy pretty badly. I probably should take at least one of my upgrades out of it so that it'll move faster, but I'm fine with things as they are right now. And so basically, that machine over here, the automatic crafting up above, and this are all working as fast as they can to produce more uranium fuel, which is going to go right in here, and as soon as it does, it makes another fuel rod. So this is going to fill up eventually, and then those machines over there will slow down, and it'll be tied to how quickly this centrifuge can purify its crushed uranium ore. If I look in here, we have 162 uranium fuel rods. It's going to be a long time before I use up that many fuel rods, even once I get my reactor started. So effectively, this whole process of at least purifying and creating the uranium for the fuel rods is all automated completely. So let me go back upstairs. Yep, I'm pretty sure it's actually out this side. Yep. Centrifuge, ore washing, canning. Now, we don't have reprocessing yet, but I'm actually going to separate this out, and I'm going to say, automated fuel reprocessing is a new goal, and because the fuel handling is completely automated. So now, where are we at? We haven't gotten any of the rest of this. We haven't made reactor components. We haven't fully automated. But what I really want is the warding wand, which is going to involve some pretty heavy research into a Thaumcraft. So, I had already found a Thaumcraft book. I had found it in a village. And so when you open it up, what the Thaumcraft book is it has all of these little nodes that tell you about the various things in the world that are related to Thaumcraft. And to research them, you need to build a couple of things. We need knowledge fragments, which I found some of. I need to go through this researching process, which involves exploring the world with a thaumometer. That means that I'm going to have to build myself a thaumometer. So I'm pretty sure it's down here in thaumaturgy. Maybe I'm wrong. Alchemy? No. Artifice? There it is. The thaumometer is an artifice device, and it's basically shaped like this. I'm going to go make myself one right now so I can show you what it is and what it does, and then I've got a whole bunch of off-camera work to do related to that. So, thermometer. Recipe goes like this, and I'm going to just because I am a cautious sort, I am going to change out these order shards for fire shards, because it looks like I have almost 900 fire shards, and everything else I have a considerably smaller number of. So here's a thermometer. What does it do? Well, if you take it and shift right click on something, it's going to try to tell you. For example, I just learned about fitted sandy stone, and in the process I learned something about sexum. It says that in the lower right hand corner of the screen. So let me take a look at this pressure plate. Nope, I do not have the knowledge required. How about these large glowstone bricks? I do not have the knowledge required. The elevator. No such luck. Let me try. Oh, and there's one other thing that you should know about the thermometer. Remember that node that's up there? Well, if you look at it with the thermometer, it glows really brightly. So, I'm going to shift down into bat form, and fly myself up to that node, and I finally get to find out what type of node it is, and I've been wondering for a long time. I don't have the necessary information, which means, so here's the thing. Let me show you in the Thernomicon. If I come over here and tell you about aspects of magic, every item or creature is made up of various aspects. There are two main types of aspects, primal and compound. The primal aspects it gives you right from the get-go. Those are air, aqua, ignis, ordo, perdito, and terra. Now, when I looked at that stone up there, I got Saxum, because Saxum is made of Terra, and I know all about Terra, so I learned about Saxum very quickly. Now, let me go see what cobblestone is. Cobblestone is Perdito and Saxum. That was easy. How about smooth stone? It's just Saxum. You'll notice I'm gaining research points. Those research points, which fly into the upper right-hand corner of the screen, I can't actually see what my current research points are right now, I don't believe. But when I make myself this workbench, which is going to require some feathers and some ink and a glass bottle. I'm really glad that I went about the process of making some of those black trees, because I don't really want to kill any squid for ink. So now I have an alternate resource for ink. This will allow me, once I have the workbench all built and put together, it will allow me to research these various unlit things. Missing required research, missing required research. I'll need for every single one of these, and many of these branch out into things that I can't see. And I happen to know that somewhere hidden on one of these tabs, and I'm pretty sure it's this one, though it may be in thaumaturgy, there are wand foci, and one of them is the focus of warding. I've seen this done by other people. I have not done it myself. Certainly not in this game. The last time I played with Thaumcraft, it was in version 2. So this is an entirely new experience for me. So I'm going to go about and examine all the various things in the world and see what I can learn about them. I'm going to pull things out of my inventory. I'm going to pull things out of my storage system over here. I'm going to take a look at basically everything that I possibly can until I have developed all of the information that I need to do a bunch of research, and then I'm going to come back and show you the basics of research, and that will allow me to begin the process of moving toward that warding wand. The reason I want that is you can use it to ward bricks so that they are indestructible. In my mind, this is the best way of containing a possible nuclear explosion, is by surrounding it by indestructible blocks. If those blocks are indestructible, even if an atomic explosion happens in between... Oh, hey, look, I discovered new research for Lux. That's my fitted quarried stone. Wonderful. Maybe now I can learn about large glowstone bricks? Nope, there's still knowledge that I'm missing. So yeah, I'm going to go do a whole bunch of this, and I'll be back, folks. Okay, folks, so I've done a whole bunch of research. If you'll notice, when I shift hold over a bunch of these, they have things, but a bunch of them don't. I've actually sort of sorted out a chest full of items, too, almost, that I would really like to do research on. And so I'm going to advance the research in another way. What I'm going to do is make myself a research table. First, I had to make these scribing tools. The recipe for these scribing tools involves ink, a glass bottle, and a feather. Very easy. I can refill them with more ink. I also, like I was talking about, I ended up using black saplings. I had to go outside and steal some from the farm because it hasn't completed making enough of them to flood over into here. But it still has 10 or 12 extra stacks. So, I wanted to make the table, which is made like this arcane work table. Here it is. This is the recipe for the table. And it looks like I don't have any pressure plates. I want wood slabs, and I'm going to go ahead and craft 2 stacks of those because it's fast and easy. There, now I have plenty of slabs. Now let's go ahead and make this table, because I happen to know that I need 3 of them. The first 2, I'm going to, actually right here seems like a really great place for this purpose. I'm going to go ahead and place these 2, and then when I place this on it, it shows me all of the research that I've done. You'll notice I have large numbers of many of these researches. One of the nice things is, if you can figure out what one of the combinations is of a new type of research, all you have to do is click on the 2 pieces and combine them. I happen to know that Modus, which I don't have yet, is a combination of air and ordo. I click this, and I learn about Modus. I've discovered 3 research points on Modus. Now, that means that if I go scan a bunch of things, there will be things that I can now learn about that I couldn't before. Let's see, I think there's also one here. Yup, Tempestuous. There we go. I think that gives me what's called the Tier 1 researches. All the Tier 1 researches are created by using these originals: Air, Aqua, Ignis, Perdito, and not Metallum. Basically, the top 5. The 5 that are considered the basics. They're not made of anything. They're just found in the world. So, there. I have gone ahead and got myself... Nope, that doesn't go in there anymore. And got myself those basic researches. And I wanted to show you how that process has gone about so that if you need to do similar things, you can. There are lists online that you can find of all of the aspects. Generally, I prefer to scan as many of the aspects as I can and only use this process for those rare circumstances where I absolutely have to. Okay, so I'm going to go back to scanning, and I'll be back once I have a bunch more research. Well, there. You'll notice those chests that I had right here are gone now. It's been quite a while, and now I have, as far as I can tell, every single item that can be scanned in my entire ME system has all been identified. Now, if you need to know what the aspects on something are, you just hold the shift button as you move the mouse over it. Some of these things, like the hive blocks and shimmerite, those are from various other mods, and sometimes other mods don't include the information necessary to put any sort of aspect on them. But, for example, you know, the dyes, the netherrack, anything made by vanilla Minecraft, and a lot of other things, like the salt sulfur made by railcraft. Now, it's important to know when you start going through this process that you should also scan every single thing that you have around you. Shrouded pressure plates. Look at how much aspect was on that. Iron doors. Fitted sandy stone. This brownstone road? Nothing. I tried. Fitted sandy stone stairs are different than fitted sandy stone blocks. This border stone alternate, like thickened glass, as you see, nothing can be learned from this is set in the lower right-hand corner. That tells me there's no point in trying that or trying it again. Let me see. Also, you'll notice that node that's up there. Let me shift down into bat form again so that I can go up and show you. The node has listed on it a set of aspects. That means that's what I can get out of that node with a wand later. And frankly, I'm going to move that node when I reach the capability of doing so. So yes, I've done a huge amount of scanning. I've scanned just about everything that I can find and everything that I can think of. And gotten a huge amount of research knowledge. So now, I'm going to go upstairs and show you the basics of research. Now, I'm not going to show you a lot of the research that I do. The reason for that is this is a sort of mini game, and I would really hate to spoil that mini game for you. So, just a moment, let me... The first research that you want to do, you open up your Thaunomicon, you'll notice that a lot of these are flashing. And it says, click to get a research note for this. Well, the two that you want the most are research expertise and this one right here, which is research mastery. The reason for that is it makes the researching process easier. Now, you notice I clicked on that, and I already have a research note for this in my inventory. If I go and look, it used up a little bit of my scribing tools, and it used up a piece of paper, and it gave me a research note. In the past, you had to sort of do this in a random fashion. Now it's very intentional and straightforward. So, as you see, what this does is it shows you the map of the research that you need, and then you have to figure out how to connect these together. Let me show you what that means. For example, this is census. Census is made out of air and modus. So I could put air or modus here, and census makes nothing up. So I can't put anything else next to this and have it connect correctly. So let's see. And modus is made of ordo. So the fastest connection here, if I could make it, is to make out of census. I could put modus, which is here. Bing. I guess I'm wrong. What is it made out of? I'm going to have to open up my Thaunomicon. Click on Aspects of Magic, and come down here and check. They're always in air and spiritus. I was looking at my research map incorrectly. So, what we're going to want to do, I think this will be perfect, actually. Spiritus 1. You'll notice it produces a line and that glows. That's perfect. Spiritus is made of mortis and let's see what else. Spiritus is made of mortis and Victus, if I'm correct. Is that going to help me any? Yes, it is. So, I'm going to try and see if this works. Victus. That can worked. Victus is used to make a bestia. anything more direct that I could do with this? No, not really. I probably could have made a much more efficient path here, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and put notice here, and you'll notice that these are all connected. This to this to this to this. There's a diagonal there and this here. So those are connected. And then I have to figure out how to connect Cognito to anything here. So let's see, what are my choices? Cognito is made of Spiritus and Terra. So let's just do Spiritus. And then do I have lots of Cognito? Let's find out. I have lots of Cognito. So let's just go... actually, no. No. So now I'm at Spiritus. And I would like to connect... I happen to know that obviously Spiritus connects to Victus. And... I said this before, Mortis, and Mortis is guaranteed to fit right in between them. So, Mortis, bang, all of these are all connected together. They don't have to be connected, each individually, etc. Just needs to make a connection in between, and now I have the discovery of research expertise. If I take that out and read it, and then go look in my Thaunomicon, research expertise is listed. Whenever I remove an aspect that I placed in a hex, there's a 25% chance that I'll regain the research point. You are also able to see what aspects you need to combine to create the aspect you're hovering over. Let me show you what that means in the process of doing research mastery. Now, this is the last one that I intend to do on camera for you, but it's extremely useful in the process, and for anyone who hasn't got the tricks yet, this will help. So now I know that I have Cognito. And if I hover over Cognito, it tells me what it's made out of. So again, Spiritus and Terra. So if I'm trying to get over here to Ordo is not made up of anything, but it makes up a huge array of things, and I can't see what it is. But I do have I will include the link in the video for this. I do have a little sheet that shows me all of the connections that exist between all of these various things, and that helps me a huge amount. So, let's see. If I'm trying to get from Ordo to Cognito, and I've got a series of steps that I have to do there. So it's probably a good idea for me to use things that I have lots of, if that's an option. Let me see. Nope. I put that in the wrong place. I wanted that over here. There we are. Now, let's see. Again, I'm putting these in the wrong places, and I'm not thinking carefully enough about what it is that I'm doing. So, I wanted this here. Those are connected. Now, where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. Do. And see, this is how one wastes research. Now, the connection between is, those are connected. Now I need myself some census, which is in the upper right up here. And census is made directly out of Spiritus, which is going to be an easy link down there. Am I correct? Census, Spiritus, not going to waste more research here. No. So now, what's going to be my easiest links here? Let's just go ahead, use Mortis, and then one more Spiritus. That'll be fast. Those are all connected. And finally we need Percantio. That's in the upper left. Percantio is made of air and... oh, no, it's not. Let's here. It's made of vacuos and potentia. Now, I'm just taking a look at my various options. Oh, hey, that's easy. So, what we're going to do, nope. Vacuos, which I know that I have a lot of. Vacuos, this is an unusual case. When I scanned the deep storage unit, it had 2,000 Vacuos on it. I have no idea what exactly the cause of that was. I'm just fine with it. Now, Perdito, which is what I put in here, is used to make up Mortis. There, and there's our connection. So here is Research Mastery. With Research Mastery, whenever I remove an aspect that I place, there's a 50% chance I'll regain it, which, as you just saw, is something that I unfortunately do quite a lot. There's also a 10% chance that whenever I place it, it will not be used. Lastly, I can combine aspects in the research table by control-clicking on the aspect I wish to create. If I have enough of the component aspects, they will automatically combine to create the created aspect. So what that means is, when I come in here to the research table and I'm working on a research process, if I decide I want Granum, which I only have 12 of right now, or Humanus, which I only have 8 of, I control-click on it. Oh. What was the key? Control-clicking on the aspect I wish to create. Nope, it didn't work. I guess it only works while research is going on. Nonetheless, this will allow me to make the aspects that I need very easily. Also, since I can now hover over them and see what they're made of, if I really wanted to, I could click on this and combine them together to make myself some more Humanus. Nonetheless, there you are, folks. There's the basics of the research. Now, I'm going to do the other researches that I need off camera because I don't, like I said, I don't really want to show them to you. But in the process, I'm going to have to make some wands and some other devices on my way towards the warding wand, which is what I'm looking for in this case, and I'm going to show you all that. So let me come back when I have that ready to go. Well, folks, I'm a little bit sad. Unfortunately, I did a little bit further research on the interwebs and came to a realization. Unfortunately, to make the warding wand, which is what I really wanted out of this deal, I'm going to need a nether star. And I'm not willing to wait till I've reached the point that I can defeat the Wither just to be able to build this nuclear reactor. So I'm going to have to come up with some other method. And so I'm going to spend a little while between this episode and next working on another method, perhaps using modular force fields, I'm not sure. And when I come back next time, I'll let you know what I'm going to be working on, and we can begin work on some of these other processes. So, I will see you next time, folks. Have a good one.